Have you ever wondered how multimillionaires think and act differently when it comes to money? Unlike most people, they have a unique mindset that sets them apart. They don't just work for money, they make money work for them. They focus on building assets, not just earning a paycheck. They constantly seek out opportunities to grow their wealth and aren't afraid to take calculated risks. In Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, we get a first-hand look at these principles through the story of his two father figures, his poor dad and his rich dad. Today, we'll explore the valuable lessons Robert learned from his rich dad that can help you build a path to financial freedom. When Robert was a young boy, he had two father figures, his biological father, whom he calls his poor dad, and his best friend, Mike's father, his rich dad. These two men had very different philosophies about money, and Robert's experiences with both of them shaped his understanding of wealth. One day, Robert and Mike wanted to learn how to make money. They went to Mike's father, the rich dad, who agreed to teach them, but not in the way they expected. He started by having them work at his stores for very little pay. This frustrated Robert, but it was part of Rich Dad's lesson. Rich Dad explained that most people work for money, but the rich have money work for them. He wanted to teach the boys to think differently about money and not fall into the trap of working just to pay bills. This was lesson 1. The rich don't work for money. Robert's poor dad, on the other hand, was a highly educated man who believed in working hard, getting good grades, and securing a stable job. Despite his good salary, he struggled financially because he focused on earning and spending rather than investing and building wealth. This highlighted the importance of financial literacy. Rich Dad taught Robert and Mike about assets and liabilities. An asset puts money in your pocket, while a liability takes money out. Poor Dad thought his house was his biggest asset, but Rich Dad argued that it was a liability because it didn't generate income. This was lesson 2. Why teach financial literacy? As Robert grew older, Rich Dad continued to mentor him. He emphasized the importance of building and owning assets, such as businesses, real estate, and stocks. Rich Dad's mantra was, mind your own business. He encouraged Robert to focus on growing his asset column, not just his income. One of the most eye-opening lessons came when Rich Dad explained the history of taxes and the power of corporations. He showed how the rich use corporations to protect and grow their wealth, legally reducing their tax burden. This was lesson 3, the history of taxes and the power of corporations. Rich Dad also taught that opportunities are created through education and creativity. He encouraged Robert to develop financial intelligence to spot opportunities others might miss. This became lesson 4, the rich invent money. Throughout his journey, Robert learned not to work solely for money, but to work to learn. Rich Dad emphasized the importance of acquiring diverse skills, such as sales, marketing, to protect and grow their wealth, legally reducing their tax burden. This was lesson 3, the history of taxes and the power of corporations. Rich Dad also taught that opportunities are created through education and creativity. He encouraged Robert to develop financial intelligence to spot opportunities others might miss. This became lesson 4, the rich invent money. Throughout his journey, Robert learned not to work solely for money, but to work to learn. Rich Dad emphasized the importance of acquiring diverse skills, such as sales, marketing, and investing. This became lesson 5, work to learn, don't work for money. Robert applied these lessons throughout his life, building a diverse portfolio of assets that generated passive income. He saw firsthand how his rich dad's advice led to financial freedom, while his poor dad's traditional approach kept him in a cycle of financial struggle. By sharing these stories and lessons, Robert Kiyosaki wanted to open our eyes to a different way of thinking about money and wealth. He showed us that becoming rich isn't just about working hard, but working smart, continuously learning and making money work for us. So, let's recap the 7 rules of money that can help you get rich faster. 1. Pay yourself first. 2. Live below your means. 3. Invest wisely. 4. Build multiple income streams. 5. Avoid bad debt. 6. Continuously educate yourself. 7. Network and seek mentorship. Implementing these principles and learning from the experiences shared in Rich Dad, Poor Dad can set you on a path to financial success and freedom. If you found these insights valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Cold City for more content on wealth building, mindfulness, and inspiring stories. Feel free to adjust any part to better fit your style and delivery.